Growing up, we've been taught to fear the Middle East.
To the escalating violence in the Middle East.
Violence in Baghdad.
Relentlessly violent.
You know, my dad actually came to the Middle East once, but he came for very different reasons than us. Our entire lives, either directly or indirectly, we've been taught to fear the people, the culture, the entire region, the religion, all of it. But actually, here in Qatar, we recently had two very different experiences that completely changed our viewpoint on the Middle East and really on humanity as a whole. The first happened at a place called Afghan Brothers. This restaurant is definitely the most unique restaurant we've ever been to in that there are a few tables downstairs, but most of the restaurant are little, almost like cubicles, little rooms like this with 3-4 foot tall walls and just a carpet on the inside and different pillows, and they set out like a tablecloth basically on the floor, and that is your table. It is a really, really cool cultural experience. Feeling a little out of our element here.
I don't know what any of this is, but they got full goats on the menu.
We don't know what anything is on the menu. We're sitting on the ground.
Oh, wow.
Okay.
Thank you.
But I'm suddenly feeling much more in my element
I think
now.
we're going to like it here. You look like a caveman.
Now, at first, this restaurant experience was completely foreign to us. We had never been to a restaurant quite like this before, and it was quite uncomfortable, figuratively and literally. We were literally sitting on the ground, eating food off the ground with our bare hands. This is traditional food here in Qatar and probably several different regions of the Middle East. Lamb majbous. Majbous?
Correct.
It's rice and lamb, and you eat this with your hands. Well, you can. That's what's customary, and that's what we're gonna try.
Have you ever eaten rice with your hands? Since you were like 3.
Grab rice.
Grab a piece of meat, and then it'll help you get the rice into it.
Grab a piece of meat.
Especially the greasy skin part. Yeah.
Okay.
And then mix that with your rice. Like this. This? That in particular.
Oh, I see.
See that piece? Just kind of grab it together like that, and then you're going to pop that in your mouth. Yeah, that works.
Pretty sure half came back out.
Here's a plate for Hillary.
Listen, you 2.
Sorry.
3.
It's my first time. All right.
Totally. Here, this is for you, Hillary, if you want to play.
That was pretty good. I'm impressed. But then you don't lick your fingers.
That's gonna be hard. I must say the first bite was delicious. I got distracted by the kids laughing at me, but it was delicious. I don't like having an audience.
Wow.
That was good work.
You're a professional.
That was really good.
But then now you can't lick your hands.
Pero está bien, mira. Or you just keep eating.
That was super good. Going into this, I thought eating with your hands would be very easy and just kind of like natural. Turns out it's even more difficult than eating with chopsticks somehow.
Which we're also not good at.
Which I'm also very bad at. I've got a whole, like, meal that's fallen down on my plate so far. Yeah, this is
Did everyone wash their hands before we started eating?
No. We're not supposed to.
You're not supposed to?
That's part of it? Great.
Wow.
They're just making up. They're making up cultural norms now.
Yeah.
I'm supposed to in our house.
Lincoln, you're not allowed to touch this plate, all right, buddy?
You guys have gone from sitting down to a lot less formal.
I like to look sexy when I eat.
This is the way to do it. Right.
Oh. I was like,
wow. We gotta put that in slow motion.
different as this experience was, really the more we thought about it and the more we released our inhibitions and our hip flexors, and the more we were able to appreciate the moment and appreciate the food and the company and just the experience, it all started to feel very familiar. I think we realized that no matter what food you're eating, no matter if you're sitting on the ground to eat it, no matter if you're eating it at the beach or at a fancy table, no matter if you're eating it with a fork, with chopsticks, or with your bare hands, the act of sharing a meal with friends and family is universal.
Later that night, we headed deep into the desert, and driving out there, we knew that we were going to expect to see sand dunes, but actually the night kind of took a turn, and it ended up being a much more impactful night than merely just seeing some sand dunes.
Wow, now this is the part of Qatar I've been wanting to see. I made it. Wow. This is incredible out here. Looks like a scene from a movie. I think whenever I think of deserts in the Middle East, it is exactly like this. We've got a very multicultural event going on here. We've got a little camp set up for the evening. We've got some fish on the grill, chicken on the grill. We've got some friends from Lebanon, some friends from Ukraine. We're from the US, the Perms are from the US, and we're just hanging out at the sand dunes like a bunch of rednecks. Except there's no beer. No beer. Well, there's a lot of glitz and glam and fanciness of Qatar. But I love this.
Yep.
This is it. This is it for me.
Yep, out in the dunes, breaking up a pallet to build a fire on. You know, we started this day feeling a little apprehensive and uncomfortable as we took part in a cultural experience that felt so very foreign to us, dining at Afghan Brothers on the floor, eating rice with our hands. And we finished this day sharing one of our own cultural experiences of making s'mores. Growing up in Texas, this is like a campfire staple. And being able to share this childhood memory of ours with families from Lebanon and Ukraine, all over a campfire in the Middle East, was truly special. My first s'more. There will be many s'more. Uh-huh. Mm-hmm. Look at that. Look at that. S'mores are not pretty to eat. Like, the messier, the drippier they are, the better. And I'm like an expert s'more maker. I like it, like, you don't want to catch it on fire too early because then the outside gets charred but the inside's still kind of cold. So it takes patience, persistence, and determination. I'm good at it.
If there's one thing we've learned through our time living in Mexico, traveling to Southeast Asia, to Europe, and now to Qatar, the Middle East, a region of the world that we've been taught our entire lives to fear, it's that we're not all that different. We're all humans, we're all brothers and sisters, parents, grandparents, aunts and uncles, and at our core, we all want the same thing.
Yeah, I think you nailed it. I think we all want to be safe. We all want to earn a living and be able to provide for our families. And I think people all over the world are just doing our very best to navigate through life the best way we possibly can.